Yo, what's up, guys? It's King Sean here, and it was announced last night that the Commanders are re-signing tight end Zach Ertz to a one-year deal, $6.25 million, worth up to $9 million with incentives. So this is a really good deal. This was expected. The Bobby Wagner deal and this deal expected. Both guys were awesome for us last season, and we were going to bring them back, and we have now officially re-signed both of them. Zach Ertz, like I just said, he was awesome for us this past season. Played in every single game, which is amazing. I mean, before last year, the last time Ertz played every single game in the season was in 2021, right? Which was 4 years ago. So it's amazing that we were able to get a full season out of Zach Ertz. He had 66 catches, 654 yards, and 7 touchdowns in the regular season. And he was also pretty solid in the postseason as well. Had 18 catches for 155 yards and a touchdown. He had over 100 yards versus the Eagles in the NFC Championship game. So Ertz, he was a reliable target for Jaden last year in the red zone and over the middle of the field. Had a really good production. Really, I want to say his production really took an increase like after the bye or the second half of the season, right? Like that's when his production really started to jump, and he just was great for us last season, man. Especially down the stretch, man. Versus the Falcons, he had 2 touchdowns. He was really good versus the Lions. He had a touchdown on that game. Let's see what other games. He had a touchdown against the Cowboys. He was also good against the Titans. Had a touchdown in that game. So he was really good for us last year, and especially down the stretch. So it's great to have Zach Ertz back, and it's not an expensive deal, only $6.25 million, and he has the chance to earn up to $9 million with incentives. So congratulations to Zach Ertz, well-deserved deal. So our tight end room now looks like this after signing Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz, obviously, Ben Sinnott, and Colson Yankoff. So those are the 3 tight ends in our tight end room. I also know we signed Tyree Jackson to a futures contract. He was on our practice squad this past season, I'm pretty sure. So we signed him to a futures reserve contract. So he's also on the roster as well. Former Bills QB / tight end. He converted from QB to tight end. So that might be a guy that may make some noise this offseason, but probably not. But we'll see, right? So we really have 4 tight ends on the roster. They really want John Bates back. Okay, they really do. John Bates is one of the best blocking tight ends in the league. And with that, he's going to attract interest this offseason. He's already attracted interest from teams around the NFL, right? Don't know what teams, but a lot of teams, including us, value blocking tight ends. Tommy Tremble, the Panthers tight end, got paid yesterday, 2 years, $16 million. They re-signed him, and he's a pure blocking tight end, right? He'll make some noise in the receiving game at times, but he's a pure blocking tight end, and that's what John Bates is, right? And Tommy Tremble got $8 million a year, so John Bates may get something similar to that because of what he provides in the pass blocking game and run blocking game as a tight end, right? He's a really good blocker, one of the better blocking tight ends in the league, right? So he may have a really good market, and we may not be able to afford him or give him the money that we like to give him because he may get more from another team, right? So we'll see. I like John Bates, though. I would want him back. He's a great blocking tight end, but if he's not back, then it's time for Ben Sinnott to step up, right? He needs to step up anyways. We spent a second-round pick on him, and he needs to show that he can be a very solid tight end, at least a blocking tight end, okay? At least a good blocking tight end. If he can show that he can be a really good blocking tight end at the very least, and he showed flashes of it last year, right? But towards the end of the season, he was missing some assignments and wasn't looking as good compared to earlier on in the season, right? So if he can just be a solid blocking tight end for us at the very least and show some really good receiving abilities as a tight end, then that will be really good for us because we do need to see more out of Ben Sinnott. But yeah, John Bates, he has a market, and we'll see if we're able to figure out an extension with him. We are 1 day away from free agency, man. The legal tampering period starts in less than 24 hours, so technically not the official start of free agency. However, it pretty much is, to be honest with you. That's when we're going to get mostly all the breaking news, the big signings, the big guys off the board first, like Josh Sweat, Milton Williams, the cornerbacks, Mooney Ward, DJ Reed, Carlton Davis. All those guys are going to come off the board tomorrow, most likely. So it's going to be a fun day. This isn't the greatest free agency class. However, we're still going to hear a lot of news. Some guys will be traded. Obviously, some guys are on the block like Trey Hendrickson and DK Metcalf, right? So there's going to be a lot of trades going down as well later on today. We'll see if we're able to get a Jeremy Chin extension done. It feels like as the hours and days go on, feels like more and more Jeremy Chin might be gone, right? Or at least test the market, which I feel like is going to happen if we don't figure out a deal with him, right? Like we may get a deal done with him later today or before the tampering period starts tomorrow. It starts at 12 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, by the way, guys. So just keep that in mind because that's basically when all the news will start to come. So we'll see if we're able to get a deal done with Jeremy Chin later today or by the time the legal tampering period starts tomorrow. But it does feel like as the days go on, kind of feels like Jeremy Chin may be gone. But I am confident that we'll be able to get a deal done with him by today or tomorrow. And then real quick before I get on out of here, just want to talk about the Myles Garrett extension. You guys have probably all seen it by now. Myles Garrett has been extended, 4-year deal, $40 million a year. That is insane. The highest paid edge rusher in the NFL, the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. And that's just insane. Obviously well-deserved, but that's going to impact other non-QB contracts as well, like Jamar Chase and Micah Parsons. Like Jamar Chase, the Bengals have already come out and said that they're going to make Jamar Chase the highest paid non-QB in the NFL. Well, you're going to have to give him more than $40 million now because Myles Garrett just got that, right? And with Micah Parsons, he's probably going to get more than $40 million a year as well. So Myles Garrett, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't really trying to give too much into the whole trade rumors around him until the Browns actually made him available, right? And the Browns they didn't want to give him up, basically. I'll say that. They didn't want to give him up. They were very reluctant to give him up. And Myles Garrett wants to win. He wants to win. However, when a team is offering you $40 million a year, including $123 million guaranteed, yeah, you can't say no to that. And I'm not mad at him, right? Like, he wants a ring. Like, he prioritizes winning. But, hey, man, money talks. Money definitely talks. And this situation definitely shows that money talks, right? So, Myles Garrett, he has been paid by the Cleveland Browns. That's an option off the table. Trey Hendrickson, man, he's going to get paid. Like, at first we thought $30 million a year for Trey Hendrickson. Now it may be more than that. It's probably going to be $35 to $40 million. I mean, think about it. Max Crosby got $35 million a year. Myles Garrett, $40 million a year. So Hendrickson will probably be somewhere in between the two, right? $35 to $40 million a year, right? So how comfortable are you to pay him that money? So, we'll see what happens. But Myles Garrett, once again, he has been extended. So that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below your thoughts on everything I discussed in today's video. Do you like the Zach Ertz re-signing? Do you think Jeremy Chin will be re-signed by the time the legal tampering period opens up tomorrow? And just give me your thoughts on the Myles Garrett extension as well. And other than that, it's been King Sean, and I'm out. Peace.